Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfella of Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out. All right, just wanted to bring y'all some quick information. As we know, next Saturday, Shawn is headlining on Fox. Shawn Porter, that is. He's taking on Sebastian Formella. He's a fighter that holds the IBO champion. He beat the IBO other champion everybody always talked about, low-key. And so let's talk about what the co-main event is going to be. And we talk about the other boxing schedule a little bit as well, too, and what you can expect next weekend, which is a good weekend for boxing. This weekend is an excellent weekend for boxing. Let's talk about that really quick before we get into Shawn Porter and all that. This weekend, you have Cecilia Brækhus on the Zone. If you didn't know, it's boxing all day today. Cecilia Brækhus on the Zone taking on Jessica McCaskill. They're fighting outside in the middle of downtown Tulsa. No fans are going to be in attendance. Also, today you have Carl Frampton fight on ESPN+. He's headlining, and also Mick Collins on the undercard, so I'm not exactly sure what time that comes on. And also, don't forget, you got a really good fight with David Benavidez taking on Ramiro Alexis Arguello. And also, Rolly will be fighting on the undercard. And also, you have the UFC card tonight. Stipe Miocic taking on DC. In a trilogy, the rubber match. So, we got combat sports all day. And also, you got the NBA play-in game with Damian Lillard taking on Ja Morant for the final AFC 230 today. I'm not sure if that's going to be on ESPN or TNT, but y'all can figure it out. So this is boxing and sports all day. It's kind of, feeling fallish already that we starting to get some sports back. Obviously, we're not going to have Big Ten football, but it sounds like we might have SEC, Big 12, and ACC football this fall. So, yeah, Shawn, what's so funny about Shawn Porter fight, right? That I have heard nothing about that card. Okay? Nothing about the card, nothing about who's going to be the co-main event until yesterday. And I thought Nathaniel Gallimore was going to be fighting Tony Harrison. That's what I heard. They was something they was trying to do. And it didn't happen. For whatever reason it is, Tony Harrison's out there in Philly and Boost Gym training. Charles Conwell out there. They're having big fun out there in Philly, exchanging leather and getting it in and tapping in with each other. So I heard that Nathaniel Gallimore and Sebastian Fondura is going to be the co-main event. And in my opinion, that's better than the main event. You know what I'm saying? Gallimore has been knocking off some good prospects over his career. Justin DeLoach is one of them. He beat Jason Rosario, who will be fighting in the 3-belt unification with Jermell Charlo September 26th. And he get another opportunity to knock off a Samson or beat a Samson boxer, which Rosario was and Fundora is. Fundora is like a 6'5" junior middleweight. And, Nathaniel Gallimore will have another opportunity to, basically get it in. I think he got beat up by Patrick Teixeira. Now, if Gallimore has some boxing skills, Gallimore would be more dangerous. He might be a world champion, but he do possess his power. And, him and Fundora should be the best fight of the night. That's an excellent co-main event. I think that's better than what I was anticipating it was going to be, but that is the rumor right now that Gallimore and Sebastian Fondura is going to be the co-main event. Now, I'll go in on that a little bit later in a video deeper. But my issue is this. I go to BoxRec, and BoxRec don't even got Shawn's next opponent on there. Usually BoxRec, they jump the gun a little bit about, who fighters going to be fighting. And right now, it's a week out before the fight. And Shawn Porter still has no damn opponent on BoxRec, but we know it's Sebastian Fondura. All right? So, they have no card, no nothing. So, it's going to be going probably at the Microsoft Center. And the guy that Shawn is fighting is a tall guy. Shawn thrives off fighting tall guys. Kenny, basically, he created that style for Shawn to beat up taller fighters. I didn't know Shawn had a half-inch reach advantage on Keith Thurman. Him and Keith was the same height. That's crazy to me. But yeah, that's what they're going to be doing next week with Fox, long as the COVID tests are passed. And you don't know, because right now, Shawn was still in Vegas. So Shawn will probably be coming out there fight week. So I'm pretty sure they've been doing COVID checks throughout the week. I know Coach Kevin Cunningham and his team, they've been doing COVID checks, and before we knew who Lubin was going to be fighting next. So, they've been doing COVID checks. I'm pretty sure Kevin got them in the bubble and that's a smart thing to do, is keep your fighters in the bubble. Shawn and Kenny, they've been training at home. They've been doing some things in the gym. They sparred my man that fought on ESPN Top Rank card. I forget his name. They were sparring him. So, I mean, they actually wanted him to fight Keith Thurman in a rematch. And Keith Thurman said, he didn't want to do it. But then Keith Thurman turned around and said he wanted to fight Bud. Now, I get it, he said Bud ain't a real 47-pounder, never weighed 47. He'll beat him. And obviously, Bud got a belt. You know what I'm saying? Shawn don't have a belt. He beat Shawn, real slim margin. And why would he want to go back there and fight Shawn for nothing? Shawn then lost to Earl. He done lost to everybody in the division. But Danny Garcia, I understand the risk didn't match the reward, especially with Shawn having momentum, coming off his best and most popular fight in a lot of people's opinion. Well, his most popular fight, I won't say his best, versus Earl Spence and Keith Thurman. They ain't fought, in almost over a year. Like a year. It would be over a year if they did fight. They probably would have gave him a November date or October date or something of that nature. So that's who Shawn was supposed to fight. Also said that Shawn, before the pandemic, was supposed to fight Josito Lopez, and Josito Lopez was willing to fight Shawn, but Shawn and Kenny didn't want that fight. I think they revisited that fight. Don't quote me on that. And they didn't want that fight again. So Shawn could have gave us Josito Lopez, but under the circumstances, I get it. A lot of these dudes don't have the best sparring. They don't have the best amenities. They don't, they can't train how they want to train. There was one dude that fought, I think, Jose Pedraza. He was fighting out in New York, and he had to train outside for the fight. So, in all actuality, that's not fair. A lot of people think David Benavidez, that wasn't fair to him. Wasn't no treadmills, wasn't no saunas, wasn't no hot tubs for him to sweat that weight off. But you ask yourself, and I agree, those are valid excuses. Everybody else made weight in the top rank bubble except for a couple people, and everybody on last night card seemed to make weight. So why didn't Benavidez make weight? That's the $100 question, $1 million question. But now going forward, Al knows, and other promoters, Top Rank, the Zone, they know they need to get these people some the amenities that they need, is hot tubs and saunas or whatever it may be. They need to get those treadmill, maybe in the hotel, somewhere. They need to get a treadmill or something, an outdoor treadmill. I don't know if they make those, but those are something they need to get for the fighters that just need to cut a little bit more weight. And maybe get one of those movable treadmills that you can slide under your bed, and they can slide it outside, and some of these fighters can go to a designated area and kind of cut weight a little bit more. So, I mean, at the same time, I like Gallimore, Sebastian Fondora. I think that was the best possible co-main event that we could have hoped for. And you got Gallimore, the prospect killer, going against, basically the prospect that nobody really thought was real and don't think he was real, Sebastian Fondora. The towering volcano, whatever his name is, 6'5", and at the end of the day, with that height, his build, he need to be fighting way above that weight class, but he's slender build, and his last fight he fought against the top ranked guy on the undercard of Wild, with a prelim card of Wilder and Fury 2. My concern is that he don't know how to control his distance good enough. He give up his advantages too much. And with Gallimore, he can flat on his ass, on his back. So what he need to do is he need to watch a lot of tape of Tommy Hearn, and he need to be walking to his opponent and pushing his opponent back with his reach and his jab. It's easier for opponents to be on the front foot and close the distance, especially if you don't know how to maintain that distance with your footwork and mixing in, hard and changing it hard and then touching shots and changing the speed of your shots. That Volcano guy, Fundora guy, he need to be on the front foot, walking his opponent down, beating them to their head, and just walking them down, and you know what I'm saying. But I kind of gonna favor Gallimore to win that fight, but Gallimore can be outboxed, so it won't surprise me if Fundora outboxed him. Samson Boxing has an amazing Samson, who runs, forget his name, Samson Tulowitzki, who runs Samson Boxing, has an amazing eye for talent. He has Benavidez, he has Rosario. He was the guy that brought and discovered Manny Pacquiao in America, I think it was, or he had Pacquiao at first, so he got an amazing eye for talent. But I would probably think Gallimore should get the job done. If Gallimore don't, I don't know what to say. He down there at Camp Cunningham with Lubin and a lot of those other dudes, man. Leon Lawson III, who was the Darrell's little cousin or nephew or something of that nature. So they got a nice little camp going down there, and yeah, man, we'll see what happens. But next week, you also can check out Dillian White. Will be fighting Alexander Povetkin from Eddie Hearn's Backroom Slave Master Headquarters. And you also have, I think, Alder Alvarez taking on Joe Smith Jr. And obviously you got Shawn Porter doing this thing as well, too. And also Katie Taylor taking on Delphine Persis. I think that's a rematch as well. So women boxing, they putting on right now. And right now, you know, it's in full effect. Hopefully everybody stay COVID-free, injury-free, healthy. Everybody make the weight. So we get some really good fights in the next 2 weeks. So let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation? Cash App, PayPal description. Cash App with CJ Good 313. PayPal link in description. Cash App username in description. But the best way to donate is to share the video. Check out Boxing Rumor Mill. Let me know what you guys think about the schedule and what you think about Formella taking on Shawn Porter in the WBC title eliminator. I think it is. I'm not sure if Shawn is going to be fighting for his vacant IBO belt. And let me know what you think about Sebastian Fundora being the co-main event with Nathaniel Gallimore for Shawn Porter fight. One time for the one time we go.